Hello students, in this video we'll talk about the physiological basis of glycosuria or glucosuria. So what do you mean by glycosuria or glucosuria, and why in healthy individuals we do not observe glycosuria, and when do we see glycosuria? So these three questions need to be answered. So first, coming to what do you mean by glycosuria or glucosuria, is it is the presence of glucose in the urine. As the name suggests, urea means in the urine, and glycose refers to the glucose in the urine. So glycosuria is the excretion of glucose in the urine or presence of glucose in the urine. And why do we don't observe glycosuria in healthy individuals is because in healthy individuals, all glucose that is filtered is reabsorbed because the filtered load of glucose is less than the transport maximum for glucose. And when do we observe or when glycosuria may occur is when the filtered load of glucose exceeds the transport maximum for glucose. Glycosuria may occur. Now, we will see in the next slides when does a filtered load of glucose exceed the transport maximum for glucose. The two possibilities are when there is an increase in the filtered load by itself, or the next situation is when you have a decreased transport maximum for glucose. In both these situations, glucose is excreted in the urine, causing glycosuria. Now, coming to the increased filtered load, we must know what is filtered load of a substance, or in this case, it is glucose. Filtered load of a glucose is GFR times the plasma concentration of glucose. So, filtered load of glucose is dependent on two factors, that is the glomerular filtration rate and the plasma concentration of glucose. Now, any changes in these two parameters will increase or change the filtered load of glucose, and if it exceeds the transport maximum of glucose, glycosuria will occur. Now, there are two situations where which I'll explain here. There are many more situations. Here I'll only give you two examples where each of these parameters can be changed. The most common one is the change in the plasma concentration of glucose, where you have high blood glucose levels or hyperglycemia, as seen in diabetes mellitus, and the plasma concentration of glucose will be increased. This will increase the filtered load and it exceeds the transport maximum for glucose, causing glycosuria. Another situation where you have an increase in GFR, as we see in case of pregnancy, and increased GFR will increase the filtered load of glucose, and this will exceed the transport maximum for glucose, causing glycosuria. Then coming to the conditions where you have a decrease in the transport maximum for glucose, and we see this in a situation which is called as renal glycosuria, where there is defect in the transporter which transports the glucose in the proximal tubule. So this refers to the proximal tubular dysfunction. And the glycosuria, that is the excretion of glucose in the urine because of the defect in the transporter present in the kidney, is called as renal glycosuria. And the defect could be a mutation in the transporter, or the number of carriers are lesser, and this will lead to a decrease in the transport maximum for glucose, causing glycosuria. In renal glycosuria, there is defect in the transporter which leads to decrease in the transport maximum for glucose. In these patients, the filtered load is normal. The plasma concentration of glucose is within normal limits, but because there is decrease in the transport maximum for glucose, it appears that the filtered load exceeds the transport maximum for glucose, causing glycosuria or glucosuria. So that is about the physiological basis of glycosuria or glucosuria, and thank you for watching.